Hello Animorphs fans and welcome back to the Animorphs Reviews YouTube channel. Today we're going to give the results for the Animorphs Christmas giveaway thing that I did. That video, the one with the Santa picture you see there. So if you remember that one, I set you a challenge. You have to say something positive about that book. Book 37, The Weakness. And if you did so, you would win the grand prize. This copy of The Weakness. Why is this copy special? Because it's the one that I tore to shreds. You can see how torn it is. It's put together with sellotape, you know. If you want to see how this happened, go watch my review of book 37, The Weakness. You'll find out. It's also starred in a couple of other videos as the main antagonist, so it is one of the enemies of the channel. So you're actually a very special book, this version of The Weakness. Now, I've just bought myself a new copy to replace this one because you're going to go away, and we'll tell you today where you're going. Okay? Well done, The Weakness. So, I set you a challenge. You had to say something positive, and you also had to send your address, an address to post this to. Some of you got that. A lot of you didn't. So a lot of you posted something but didn't actually enter the competition by giving me an address, which actually made it easier for me because there were 3 that completed both parts of the task. So there are 3 winners. If you did send it to me and I somehow have missed, do get in touch and I'll make sure that you do get a winning. Okay? But I'm assuming that I've got them all, and let's go through the comments that weren't given with addresses. So we'll see what people praise The Weakness for, shall we? So JD Marsh 91 comments, Animorphs 37, The Weakness is actually a pretty fun book in my opinion. It really goes to emphasise how despite Rachel might be one of the best fighters among the Animorphs, when it comes down to planning and tactics, Marco and Jake are much better in that regard. Also, always found the morphing sequence on the front cover really cool. Always loved when they did more ferocious animals like bears, tigers, cheetahs, jaguar. So it's largely a comment on the front cover. But there was also that part about Rachel not being a great leader. Which, by the way, I looked at Hirak Delest. So I actually went on the website and looked up the trivia bit. And it says, here are some comments from Catherine Applegate about what she was striving to do with this book. This one was cool. I wanted to show that Rachel... It wasn't cool, by the way, Catherine, I'm sorry. But you weren't being hip and trendy and down with the kids with this one. I wanted to show that Rachel, although the ultimate warrior, is not a leader. At least not as much of one as Jake. I wasn't picking on Rachel, just showing that different people have different gifts and making the point that a wise general knows when to back off. So, according to Hirak Delest, that was the point of this book, was to show that Rachel wasn't a leader. Even though... No, we're not here to criticise this book. We're not here to criticise. Catherine, you weren't being cool. That was very uncool, okay? Uncool. Anyway, thank you, JD Marsh. Unfortunately, I didn't see you give me an address, so thank you for the comment, but unless you get me your address, you win nothing. Send me an address and I'll make sure you get something. Dr. Funtimes says, The Weakness has a few cool things about it. I really like that the new alien thing they introduced, the fast one, and the whole thing about Rachel and that kid was nice. It also showed how useful Jake is to the team, even if he messes up a lot. Yeah, I agree, Dr. Funtimes. Thank you for commenting, by the way. I didn't see an address from you, so unfortunately you don't win anything, unless, like JD Marsh, you can get an address to me pretty soon. Via Discord. If you go onto the Discord, I'm the owner of the Discord, so just DM me with an address to send this to something to. But yeah, I think you're largely right, largely wrong, because I don't think there are any cool things in The Weakness, but showing how useful Jake is. So the idea of a book does really good at showing how good a character is, and the character isn't even there for like all except one page. You really suck, The Weakness. In fact, whoever wins this, you will find on a certain page a tiny rip at the top. Yeah, there you go. It would be fun for you to find out which page got ripped there. There you go. By the way, you're not just going to be receiving the weakness. I'll make sure you actually get something that isn't ripped alongside it. Okay? I am Dow Jones, another one who didn't send an address so far as I know. Says, so I just finished rereading The Weakness and I had to come back here when, this was hard. So the positive, it is very hard. So the positive thing I can say about The Weakness of others ever, if others ever turned into a TV episode or movie, that action sequence of Rachel, especially driving a plane into an empty skyscraper, is going to be so awesome. So basically your compliment is, if they did this in a whole completely new medium, at least the effects would look good. Nobody likes you, The Weakness. No. Stop. Officer Rebar, by the way, thanks for all your recent comments. Love it. I love that you're a fan of the channel. Please stick around. And if you want something as well, send us your address. You hate The Weakness, he says with a laughing face. Actually, one thing I like about this book is, if I remember correctly, Rachel gets humbled in this book. There have been hints in previous books where she thought she would be a better leader than Jake. In this one, she realises she is not a leader, but just a soldier. No, because at the end, she was validated. Jake came up and said, you did a terrific, corkingly good job as a leader. In fact, I think you were brilliant. And she's like, oh, I only killed one man. That's cool. And his kid, that grandkid, didn't even like him very much. He didn't put him on the inheritance, so it's great. Yeah, no, the book failed in that regard, and all because of those last chapters. She wasn't humbled. She was validated. Oh my God, you! Oh, Officer Rebar, thank you for the comment, though. I am not going to give you my name. Strange name. Thing is, this book was a good concept but failed in execution. I did like the author's take on the morphine description and her use of sound effects. That's probably the best compliment that this book's gotten. You liked the use that you liked the onomatopoeia, basically, and the morphing descriptions. And you said it was a good concept, which partly I agree with. Yeah, you say the execution was terrible. Yeah, pretty much. Again, I didn't get an address from you, so I unless I didn't see it, I do apologise. Next, JT. The artwork behind the cover is a beautiful rendering of the failed attack on Visser 3 in his meadow retreat. This is among the best artwork in the series. In many of the other books, the animals or people in others possess a white corona, leading the image looking photoshopped. In other pieces, the placement of the morph individual looks unnatural and forced. This is the only book in which we actually have art depicting Visser 3 personally. The other image only depicts his shadow upon a wall. So let's have a look at that picture, shall we? If I can find it. So this is the inside cover. Let's just zoom out a bit there. It does look good, but as I said to you, that's not Visser 3, that's Axe in the background. That's Axe. You can't tell me that's Visser 3. No way, mate. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. It's not a bad piece, but it doesn't look like they're stalking him. I can't help but be negative about this book. I'm sorry. But yeah, thank you, JT. But again, I didn't receive an address. So I'm Dow Jones posted before reading the book as well. And Adam Northrop says, nice cover. Thank you, Adam. Yeah. Most of the compliments have been towards the cover. But now we come to those who did give their address and will henceforth win the special prizes. So let's go for third place. Where are you? Luke. Thank you very much, Luke, for entering the competition. You say, Book 37. The Weakness makes me super glad to be a runner-up. On an unrelated note, Book 44 is the only one I'm missing, lol. That's the It's merely the fact that you gave me your address, but But you're not going to be runner-up, you're going to be runner-up. You're in 3rd place. And you said you wanted book 44. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to have to deal with this book, whichever one this one is, yeah? You're going to get that one sent to you. Oh, it is 44. That's fortunate, isn't it? You're going to get that. Yeah, it's in pretty good nick, actually, this one. So, I hope you enjoy. Luke, you're going to be getting book 44, The Unexpected. And be ready to unexpect something. Okay? 2nd place. 2nd place, Stephanie Ashton. Thank you very much for entering and for sending an address for me to send the book to. You said book 37 has cool artwork with the cheetah. It's the next one in the series from where I left off as a kid, so I can't say much about the plot, but if any of those runner-up books come after 37 and aren't taped together, they might be nice to have. So, again, positive words about the artwork of the book. Oh, my apologies, I appear to have left that there. Right, sorry about that. Stephanie Ashton, so you complimented the cover. Yeah, the cover's fine. Look, I've even matched the thing, the cube and the background. Freaking yellow, blue and green. I almost forgot what that colour was then. So, you want to win something after book 37 that isn't sort of held together with sellotape. Well, you're in luck. You're not going to win the worst book of the series, you're going to win the 2nd worst book of the series. I'm going to send you book 42, The Journey, my copy of that book. There's no rips in it. It saw the floor a few times, and I think there's a slight bend in the front cover because of it. But just like Luke, expect seconds, okay? Expect seconds. You're going to get more than just this one book. You're going to get 2, okay? And I've yet to decide which the other one. Sorry for the spoiler, but it is what it is. So you win a copy of The Journey, which is in relatively good nick. So thank you very much for entering. I hope you enjoy your prize. Which means we now have to decide who wins the weakness, the ripped to shreds copy, and a secret 2nd book. Because I can't justify just sending you a torn up book, I have to send you something else as well. Stealth Comics. If I had to say one good thing about the weakness, it's that it shows, for all the flaws, it shows how vital Jake is to the team and how much more suited he is to the leader role. Which is correct. And you left an address, and you win. You win. Stealth Comics, you will be getting this copy of The Weakness sent to you. All expenses paid. You know, I'm going to pay for all the postage for all of these. So don't worry, anyone. There shouldn't be any payments. Although, like, sometimes, like, when I get stuff sent over from different countries, they ask me to pay at the door. I'm going to make sure that doesn't happen. And if it does happen, you tell me. Because I won't be happy. But that's not going to happen. You're going to get this sent to you, and you're going to freaking enjoy it. Okay? Have fun reading the latter third, because you won't be able to. I'll send you a better quality 2nd book. Thank you everyone for watching. That's the fans trying to come up with positive things to say about that book. Everyone struggled, honestly. There wasn't really I don't think any of those comments actually said anything largely positive. There are a couple of bits saying how Jake looked a lot better, but he wasn't in the freaking book. So it just goes to show how shit the book was. Okay. Less being harsh on the weakness. For old time's sakes, before I send you off, I'm going to send you to the floor. So, Stealth Comics. Before you receive it, it's going to hit the floor again. You watch this. Kablamo! And now you're going to go to... Is it Australia? I think you're going to... One of these is going to Australia. But I don't think it's the Stop it, Moon. You're not supposed to do that. No, Luke was from Australia. Luke... Oh, wait, hold on. It is Luke. Luke's getting the unexpected. The unexpected is going to go catch a flight to Australia. How freaking poetic do you want to be? Luke, you're from Australia. How is the Australian book the only one you're missing? I don't freaking know. Right, where are you going, the weakness? So, Obito Thorn. Malta. Well, you're going to Malta. That's cool. I like that. And where is the journey's going to go on a journey, and the journey is going to go to the US of A. So thank you everyone for playing. I probably will do another one of these for next year. I probably will. I'm sure 37 will find the new copy of 37 will probably at some point get torn up like this one. I haven't planned to, but it's just that bad that I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. So maybe next Christmas we'll have another one of these to send out. Thank you very much for playing. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope 2023 does wonders for you. And I better go send these off, as well as the others. So thank you very much for watching. I shall see you next time. Ta-ra!